So this is my second press briefing on the Enugu Tech Fest 2026. I know I've delivered one last year, and this is taking place today, being Thursday, the 19th February 2026. Distinguished members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, I warmly welcome you once again and thank you for joining us for this second press briefing on the 2026 Enugu Tech Festival, scheduled to take place from 24th to 27th February 2026 at the International Conference Center here in Enugu. I am pleased to report that preparations are advancing smoothly and according to schedule. Our various committees covering logistics, programming, partnerships, security, media, and protocol have been working diligently to ensure that this year's festival delivers excellence in organization and impact. Technical installations are nearing completion. Exhibition stands are being finalized, and our digital infrastructure has been upgraded to support large-scale participation, both physical and virtual. If anyone drives across the ICC now, you will see massive work going on there, because last year we didn't plan for the overflow. We planned for 5,000 to 7,000 physical participation. We ended up being shocked at about 28,000 people. So they couldn't find where to stay. So they kept hibernating around, hovering around, and the scorching sun was not friendly, and most of them left. So we had made sure that is properly taken care of it. So we are mounting big tents there now that will take care of the overflow. So both chairs and everything is going to be raw, fully air conditioned and everything. Then with large screens that will give them real-time information and imagery of what is happening in the main auditorium. This festival is driven by the bold vision of His Excellency, Governor Peter Mba, whose ambition is to transform Enugu State into a leading knowledge-based and digitally enabled economy. The governor has consistently emphasized that the future of our state lies in innovation. In fact, in his conventional words he uses whenever I talk with him, he said, a people can only grow as much as they innovate. That language is deep for anybody who understands technology and innovation. So it's as much as you innovate that determines the extent to which you can grow. That is always the governor's language. So the governor has consistently emphasized that the future of our state lies in innovation, enterprise, and youth empowerment. His administration is deeply committed to digitization across government services, education reform, technology incubation, and infrastructure modernization. The theme for this year's festival, Code to Code, Energy in New Form, reflects the transformation. Enugu was historically known as the coal city. Today, under Governor Mba's leadership, we are converting that legacy into digital energy. Ideas, code, research, and entrepreneurship that will power sustainable economic growth. We're expecting more than 50,000 participants across the 4-day event. These will include startup founders, developers, venture capitalists, corporate technology leaders, academics, policymakers, and students. Delegations from across Nigeria and other African countries and international innovation ecosystem have equally confirmed their attendance. Our speakers lined up represent diverse sectors shaping the future of technology. We will host technology executives, artificial intelligence specialists, fintech innovators, clean energy experts, digital policy leaders, and investment partners as well. There will be keynote speeches, high-level panel discussions, master classes, and practical workshops focusing on artificial intelligence, agri-tech, health tech, cybersecurity, renewable energy technology, and digital infrastructure development. A key highlight will be the startup showcasing the investment forum, where emerging entrepreneurs will pitch their innovations directly to investors and strategic partners. This initiative aligns strongly with Governor Mba's focus on youth empowerment and job creation. We are not simply hosting conversations, we are building pipelines for funding mentorship and long-term business growth. Government participation will be robust. Senior federal and state government officials will join us to discuss enabling policies that support digital transformation, cases of doing business, and innovation financing. Development agencies and private sector sponsors have also partnered with us, reinforcing confidence in Enugu's evolving technology ecosystem. Our expectation is that the 2026 Enugu Tech Festival will deliver measurable outcomes. Investments, commitments, research collaborations, startup funding agreements, and cross-border partnerships. We aim to position Enugu State as a competitive, innovative innovation hub in West Africa, and to create structural opportunities for our young population to thrive in science and technology fields. Mba's broader economic transformation agenda is clear. Diversify the economy, expand digital skills training, modernize infrastructure, and attract global investment. This festival is a practical expression of that agenda. As we approach 24 February, our message is confident and forward-looking. Enugu is ready to host the world. We look forward to 4 days of innovation, collaboration, and purposeful dialogue that will help shape the digital future of our states and our nation. Thank you all for listening. I will now be able to take questions from all of you. Thank you so much.
I want to ask, we have heard that of last year and of planning the work for this year. Since the one for last year was held, how many persons in Enugu State can we say have become tech compliant? Especially those that participated in that last edition. And that is one. Then secondly, this kind of venture is what I may say is capital intensive. I would have loved you to break it down. What it will take you to hold or to host an event of this magnitude that will take for 4 days. We're talking about 4 days event. So what is it going to cost the state to host this event? And who are we expecting in terms of those, the experts who will be on ground to talk about this particular program? Thank you.
The benefits, because I just want to sum it up, the benefits of last year's event, and how many of our people that have benefited from this. Okay, so let me put it this way. Prior to the Enugu Tech Festival of last year, most of the tech events that happen across Nigeria take place only in Lagos. The only ones that are allowed to take place in Abuja are majorly the policy shaping ones. Now, what does this tech events of this nature do? Tech events of this nature, the very first thing it does is that it provides visibility. So it provides visibility across the globe of the enabling environment that technology experts has created within that ecosystem, right? So it keeps hitting Lagos. So because it was happening in Lagos, you see that most of the funds that were coming in from across the globe into Nigeria that were tech related, they were only trapped up within Lagos. So Enugu just started last year, but I can assure you that between that last year and now, we have had about 4 different tech experts and investors that has visited Enugu from across the globe. As far as one came as far as Singapore, the other one from the United States. We have 2 that have come from Canada. And what were they? Why actually did they come? They came not because of any form of formal invitation. They came because of the noise, because of how much impact that the Enugu Festival of last year created in the internet. Naturally, these days, if you do not blow your trumpet, nobody blows your trumpet for you. That's why you even see native doctors going on social media, marketing their business seriously. Is a native doctor, the one in my village now, is on social media seriously, marketing his business of native doctor practice. So why is he doing that? It's the same visibility he's trying to gain. And he will now start getting more clients, to patronize his business because he has gained visibility. So the Enugu State government understands the power of media that all of you are practicing. And we understand that once we're able to put a program that actually attracts the attention of the global tech ecosystem, that every one of them will now begin to look inward. Oh, sorry. So aside from Lagos, before then, let me give you some funny experiences that I had. I had some companies in Morocco. In Morocco, it's an African country, but they were doing so well in prop tech. Prop tech is property technology. In fact, they are the best in prop tech in the whole Africa. I wanted to attract them to participate in last year's event. So when I phoned, when I opened up a Google Meet meeting, and once I had the connection, he said where I was speaking with. I told him Enugu. He said Enugu, no. Is it in Lagos? That was the first question. I said Enugu is not in Lagos. Lagos is different. Enugu is different. We are 2 different subnationals. He said, okay, sorry, Lagos I know. Enugu I don't know. Are you getting the point? So that is the extent to which visibility is important. So last year's event created this visibility where this professor that came from one university in Singapore arrived Lagos, and they wanted to trap him in Lagos. He said, no, I want to go to Enugu. I need to see the tech ecosystem in Enugu. I want to know what is happening in Enugu. Enugu appears to be what is happening right now. And they had to direct it. They gave him my contact, he called. We asked him to come. He came here. He was with us for 3 days. He had very wonderful fireside chat and interactions with our young startups in the States. It has never happened before. The one that came from America, it was the same thing. He even came with his wife. They were here for 2 days. They were interacting with the young startups in Enugu. Let me be honest with you. When you meet the young startups in Enugu, those who are into tech, and you want to ask them, what are your experiences between last year and now? They will tell you they have never had it that way before. Because they have been so neglected, it has just always been like they were non-existent. So if anything, any of them want to gain any form of prominence or want to do anything, the person has to take a launch pad from here to Lagos. That is one major achievement we have gained, that global visibility. And like I said before I read my speech, our ranking, okay, in the tech space in Nigeria has shot up from 16 to number 2. And that should send a very strong message. Now, aside from that, since that last year, I've had about 4 different companies, that has relocated their head office. Tech company have relocated their head office down to Enugu from Lagos. Because what used to happen is, people will start up very well in Enugu. Once they gain a little prominence, what do? They jump out from Enugu and relocate to Lagos. But now, the reverse is now becoming the case. So companies are now relocating from Lagos back to Enugu. In fact, one of them, RiseVest, which is one of the biggest in Nigeria as we speak today. Their head office is in the United States, but their general office is in Lagos, which they have relocated that head office now to Enugu. So they are the ones now. In fact, I invited the young man. He participated in last year's tech festival. That was his first time of knowing that Enugu can boom this. He was so shocked. He planned to spend 1 day, spent 4 days in Enugu. Since after then, he had been on me, how to get an office, how to do this, how to do that. But today now, he's found a place, he's already working very robustly to get that place, properly fixed. By the time they are done, he told me his first number of engagement is to bring in 250 young people. He's going to train in diverse skills of technology. And his kind of training is not the conventional one, you see. While training, he will be paying each and every one of them 100K every month. While you're on training. So it's more like an internship. It's not just like a normal training. And he's also planning to get accommodation that will accommodate all of them within that vicinity. He doesn't want them to go far. He told me, Prince, I want those who are serious, who can be able to gain this knowledge, understand this skill, and so that when we set out the exams and everything, and they're able to write and pass well, you gain automatic employment. And the employment is not that you must be working for their company, RiseVest. They outsource international jobs. So they will now be equipping those young people with diverse jobs. And the beauty of it, like I've always said, is that tech money comes in dollars. So these are part of the achievements we had last year. As also, I have today about 4 or 5 tech hubs that have also, I'm not talking of head offices, tech hubs. That's where you can bring in young people and teach them all kinds of digital skills and things like that. I've now opened in Enugu. I've been privileged to commission 2. 2 are still ongoing. These were fallouts of last year's event to now. And most of them are also going to be testifying during this event that will be coming up next week. So aside from that, when we were preaching to people last year about this event, they were not really interested in what we're saying. They didn't have an idea of what the initiative was like. They didn't even people in Enugu didn't even care. They didn't give a much down. What exactly is that? It was not until the thing hit Enugu that some people were like, whoa, so this is exactly what these guys plan to do. So as we speak now, today, we have a company that will have faith in Enugu Tech Festival to roll out 30 million. To say we want to use 30 million naira to support 3 different winners that will come out that will emerge from 3 design thinking challenges that we rolled out. One will be in the area of energy, the other one in the area of health, the other in agriculture. And it will not end there. Once they roll out this money, they will take up these young people, and then they will now start fine-tuning their product, providing them with better technology than what they have been managing to create this product, and then marry them also up with techies that have higher knowledges than them, that will help them to build this, accelerate what they have built, and bring it to a finishing stage where it becomes commercially viable. And at that point, those products can go into the market and can be sold. Those people can now begin to earn money from those products that they have created. These things can only happen because last year's event took place. So, as we're also talking, when I visited NCC office, Nigerian Communication Commission office last year, I was not even given a chance to see the EVC. Every effort we did, the man was busy. Every day he was busy. But this time around, they were the ones calling me. Why? It was because of what we put on ground, they saw. If you don't make yourself a beautiful bride, so it's because we've been able to tell the world by our actions, by what we have put on ground, that Enugu is ready for tech-related businesses. And that is why everybody is now throwing their weight behind us. The NITDA that had been sponsoring all these days, giving them all kinds of things. The only thing they approached Enugu for was to give them a free office last year. We gave them an office. They didn't give us nothing. But this year, they're the ones that quickly called us and gave us 50 brand new laptops that will be shared during this event. So, what I'm saying is, we can be taken very seriously as a state, as much as we prepare ourselves to be taken seriously. And that is what the part of the major achievements of the Enugu Tech Festival. So, if I'm sure you can be able to, and again, let me also say something. Our young people have been in the technology industry and the innovative industry. I'm not very honest with you, they have never been as confident in themselves now as as they have ever been before. They are more confident in themselves now, much more than ever. Why? Because they now understand that they have a government backing. They now understand that the government has so much interest in their business. So because of that, anybody, my office doesn't rest. My office now, for those who visit, you can come now, you can spend sometimes hours if you are not on appointment before it's why, because you have a lot of young people who are building diverse things. Everybody is calling. They want to come and show me what they have done. They want to see if what they have done can pass for one investor to look into, or for one investor to consider, and things like that. It was never like that. I met an office that was a sleeping ministry, where I came in and people were lying on couch and everyone was snoring and just sleeping. But today it has become a beehive of activities simply because we're able to roll out initiatives that revive that ministry and have made the ministry, one of the most sought out ministry in the state now. So, I think that would have helped to also touch on some of the questions on that area. I'll come to the second question. He asked for this kind of project, and how much is it costing the state? I must tell you, one beautiful thing about this event is that it is a self-funded event. So, the Enugu State taxpayers' money is not being wasted on this event or spent on this event, so to speak. So, the budget of this year is about 500 and something million, but it's not coming from Enugu State government coffers. So that our minds can just calm down. What the Enugu State government is giving us is venue. They are providing venue for us and also vehicles and some logistic supports to bring in our special guests, our speakers, and to host them, to put them, and also providing accommodation where we are going to host them, and and things like that. These logistic supports and other. These are what state government is providing the Enugu Tech Festival. So when it comes to the real funding, Enugu state government should know there. The laptops we are sharing, the tablets we are sharing, everything, hundreds of them, is the Enugu Tech Festival that is providing. Aside the ones that NITA is giving us and all that, every other thing that we've seen there, what the government has given us is that endorsement, that government endorsement. And most of the things we have attracted as the Enugu Tech Fest, and most of the things we have been able to achieve, wouldn't have in any way been possible without the governor's support. Are you getting my point? There is never any sane country that the government drives processes like this. It's just like before. It's state government that must bring money to fund rangers. It's their government that must bring money to fund. No, it doesn't happen like that in other state society. It's the government that is funding Manchester United and Arsenal. Those things are being funded by private sectors. So today, you see that a lot of private sectors are getting interested in rangers. So we have private sectors that we approach to assist us in most of the things that we do. And the shortfalls we have, God will always help us to get all those ones sorted out. But all we know is that we're going to have a festival that will double what you saw last year by the grace of God. So having said that, you asked me who is coming. So this year we're expecting the Honorable Minister for Innovation, Science and Technology, our own dear Dr. Tochukwu Ude, Dr. Tochukwu Ude is going to be here. We're also expecting the Honorable Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Tijani Bosu, is also going to be here. We're expecting the EVC of NCC, Dr. Maida. We're also expecting Dr. Kashum, which is the DG of NIDA, is also going to be here. We're expecting the ambassador of Sweden, the Swedish ambassador to Nigeria. We're expecting the Danish ambassador to Nigeria, that is Denmark ambassador to Nigeria. These ambassadors are coming with members of the OEMs that are from their various countries, the original equipment manufacturers that are from their countries. They are all coming here to, speak to Enugu people, look into investment and collaboration opportunities that they have with the state. So they are coming, and our own dear foremost tech industrialist, Dr. Leo Staneke, this time around is coming with his wife, who is the CE, the chief executive of TD Africa. TD Africa is this company that has subsidized around laptop for us, as incentive to ETF. They've subsidized laptop to us up to 30% of the original price, brand new. So the laptop they are selling for XYZ amount, you can always get it at 30% less through Enugu Tech Festival. They are the same ones that are also providing the 30 million for this design thinking challenge. Well, we're also having the executive director of IHS. IHS is this company that anywhere you see masts in Nigeria is owned by IHS. They are the ones that provide all those critical infrastructure connectivity networks for all these network subscribers from MTN to Glo and across board. We're also expecting the MD of eTransact. eTransact is the company that ensures that whenever you transfer money, it moves immediately from one point to another, from one bank to another. and from your phone to anything you want to do that is transaction that will move money to another place. They are the bridge that will make sure that money goes smoothly. So the MD of that e-transact is also going to be here. There are so many, big names that are going to be here, during the event. And above all, our own dear governor, His Excellency Dr. Peter Ndubisimba, who is the chief host, will be the one declaring the event open. The deputy governor also will be the one to declare the event open for the second day. The chief of staff will run it for the next day and across board until the fourth day. And each of the days we plan them in a manner that the engagement is morning to evening. That if you come in there, you wouldn't want to step out of that hall for a second. So that is the way it's going. I don't have all the speakers of now, but we can furnish you with the arrays of the people that will be coming to speak during next week's event. Thank you so much. So why I called for this press conference is to intimate members of the media in Enugu State and also to the larger media community in Nigeria that the Enugu Tech Festival 2.0, which is Enugu Tech Festival 2026, will be kicking off next week from 24th February to 27th of February. That's when it is starting, and it's something that is going to be mind-blowing, and I expect every Enugu person and every Nigerian that is actually warming up or working towards participating in this event to please start getting ready to come down to Enugu, because most of our hotels are already getting filled up. You need to come down and see precisely how technology, innovation, and digital transformation is being celebrated in Enugu State. Since last year, we have attracted over 4 different tech companies that have provided free technology and innovation trainings for our people, and that is quite amazing. And this has trained over 3,000 to 4,000 young people in Enugu State freely. Okay, so that is one of the policies that we have done. Also, like I said when I was at my press conference, Enugu is building today the biggest tech hub in Nigeria, and it is about 85% completed. Well, very soon it will be unveiled to Enugu people, and you can understand where we're going.
Okay, in practical terms, have you been able to produce anything to showcase to the world?
Production.
Yes.
Of course, we produce the cold briquette stove. When you talk of production, right? Ministry you are referring to? Yes. But what is happening that the cold briquette stove is still undergoing integrity test. Once we are done, it takes phases. Okay, once we are done with that, it will not just be showcased to the world, we'll find out them flooding the market.
To a layman, what is cold briquette stove?
The cold briquette is a stove that we will use coal, okay, to power, but it's not raw coal. There has to be coal that have been decarbonated where it will no longer emit both smoke and smell. So you can put it here, it only gives you red heat, which powers whatever cooking you want to do, but no smell and no smoke.
Just one more question from me, sir. Considering the nation and your ministry, tell us partnership you've established to help develop the nation in particular.
We have established a lot of partnerships. Like I said earlier when I was speaking, where our partners already that we have are the ones that are already powering most of this design thinking challenge that we have. The design thinking challenge is targeted at young people who are very, very highly talented, that will make use of their talent to develop certain products that will solve our local problems in the areas of energy, in the areas of health, and in the areas of agriculture. So most of our partners are supporting us financially and also with higher power technology to be able to upscale what they are building so that we can bring them to commercially viable stage.